Hello everyone, it's Palest Blue, and today we've got Demolition on Radiation. This is a really old game. I don't play Black Ops that much anymore. I haven't played it a great deal since Modern Warfare 3 came out, to be honest. I did play it again the other night though, and it reminded me that it's actually a pretty enjoyable game, and I did have some fun while I was playing it. I've also been playing a bit of COD 4 recently. Love the stopping power in that game, love the 2-bullet kills. A lot of people prefer it now actually with the 3 and 4 bullet kills, but 2-bullet kills, you know, there's something really satisfying about dropping your opponent so quickly. Anyhow, enough of that. There isn't a great deal to say about this gameplay, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I've pretty much exhausted all of the tips that you're going to see in action here, because it's really spawn trapping, and all I'm doing is, well, cautiously making my way up to good spots on the map. So you can see there's that sort of block ahead of me now. I'll go up to there at several points, but I'm sort of spawning. Step one is make sure that I can make a safe route to that block, and then step two is, once I'm at that block, spawn trapping them as much as physically possible. As you can see, I mean, you'll probably through the course of this video learn all the spawns on this map. When you do spawn trapping on this scale, the spawn you learn them pretty quickly. Some people I think will probably disapprove of this, and they'll think it's somehow unfair, maybe insulting, perhaps. But my philosophy on these things, as far as COD goes, tends to be that other players are attempting to do this to me, so you know, fair's fair. This is sort of the ultimate humiliation that you can put on a team. I mean, the spawn trapping hasn't really started properly yet. They're still just leaking out spawn down the sides. But when it gets going, there's very little that's quite as humiliating or destructive as what we do in this game. And I say we because I'm playing with a couple of friends. And this one, if I remember correctly, as I say, it was quite a long time ago. I mean, this game had to be maybe not quite a year old, but very old certainly. Demolition is great spawn trapping because the spawns are fixed in Demolition, or certainly they were in this game and in previous games. They aren't in Modern Warfare 3, which kind of, I mean, the spawns are terrible. If you've ever played Demolition on Modern Warfare 3, the spawns are terrible. In this though, they're fine, really. I think Infinity Ward overcompensated when they changed the spawns for Demolition in Modern Warfare 3, because now they're too random. As you can see, the spawns are fixed here, and there's a finite number of spawn points, and it gets to a point where enemies are literally spawning in front of you, as you see them starting to do now. This is where it starts to get a bit disgusting, where I get out my dogs, I start just jumping around the spawn, picking up kills. And this is the story of the game, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, Infinity Ward, it's too random in Modern Warfare 3. I don't think they did a very good job with the Demolition spawns. This is part of the fun of it for me. Anyway, I think probably the most important question I can address today is, how do you get to this stage? I mean, I've said that, you know, you have to work your way up to a spawn trapping point, but then there's a lot more to it than that. Truth is, there has to be a real imbalance in team quality. My team is very skilled. I'm playing with a couple of other good players, and their team obviously is not. If you're on the other end of this, I mean, you can be a good player and you can still get spawn trapped if you're playing on a team of some terrible people. And I tell you what, the last few days I have been playing on some absolutely terrible teams. The thing is not to let it get you down, because it's a matter of luck, and eventually your luck will reverse and you'll end up on some decent teams. I've been playing on some terrible teams, and I've been getting, not spawn trapped on this level of course, nothing quite this bad, but I've been getting quite restricted movement because teammates aren't pushing out. There's no safe sort of zones. You can't trust your teammates to watch certain areas of the map. So in a way, I like to watch videos like this and think of it as sort of my vengeance on the bad players who make playing this game a bit more tough than it should be sometimes. It's not that it's their fault. No one to blame. No one to blame for it, really. There's not an expectation that everybody's got to be good. It takes time to become a good player, and if anything, these players probably have had more fruitful lives than I. But when it comes to Call of Duty, sometimes it can be mildly infuriating, whether rightly or not, it could be mildly infuriating to have terrible players on your team. Anyway, I mean, the thing we've got here is we've just got a complete saturation of kill streaks. We've got blackbirds going up one after the other, we've got air support, we've got dogs, so they're being attacked from the air and the ground. And then, of course, they've got all 6 players on our team running around their spawn to contend with, so they've got a lot on their hands, really. And I'm surprised. I mean, credit to them really for not backing out and leaving. I wouldn't. I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't have made it all the way through this game if I was on their team. But yeah, when you're trying to get into the position to spawn trap, it's about having a real imbalance in the teams. Get off the mark early. Rush them early on. If you can get 5 or 6 of them down in sort of your first rush of the game, you are very well set for setting up a spawn trap. But even then, you don't have to do it right at the beginning. If you get 5 or 6 of them down at any point, you can push up, get on the spawns, lock them in. I mean, on each map, you have to learn them. Best way you can learn is either to watch other people, and well, it's to watch other people and then try to replicate it yourself. So watch where I'm spawn trapping people from, and then go into a match and try to do it yourself. But yeah, there are good spots on the map from which it's very easy to take out people. When they're just spawning. That's the end of the first half. That was where most of the mayhem occurred. I don't know how many kills I got there, but it was a lot. Not too difficult either, really. I mean, it's nice when matches like this come along, because you're doing things that technically you shouldn't be doing. For example, I was just sort of jumping around their spawns from one to the other, and hoping that the disorientation of having to spawn in lots and lots of different places and keep dying and respawning would slow them down enough that they wouldn't be able to react in time. And that was mostly the case. I mean, when you spawn, as I say, you're disorientated. You don't really know what's going on around you. Takes a split second to work out where you spawned, and then takes a little bit more time to work out who's around you, if you've got any teammates around you, what exactly is going on. So while your brain's trying to sort of reconfigure yourself to your surroundings, the enemy, who knows where you're spawning because they've got a sort of a UAV up or a blackbird, is going to have a very easy time coming in and killing you. So I don't blame them. It's tough. It's tough facing this kind of beating. As I say, credit to them for staying in the game, really. I haven't really set up a spawn trap on this side yet. This little block there, where I just jumped up on, that's a nice little spot. These steps, because you can head glitch over the steps, so that means just poking your head up just above the level of the steps, so you're very hard to hit, and still easy to hit them. As you can see, they all just spawned to my left there. I'm just taking one out at a time, being careful of the nades, because they're getting quite near the end of the game now. As you can see, we've planted both bombs. When it comes to a match like this, it's not really a question of who's going to win. I mean, we were always going to win this game. Such was the amount of map control that we had. They really couldn't move out of spawn, so they were never going to win the game. It's just really a question of when we chose to plant the bomb, to be honest. And a couple of members of our team decided to plant it fairly early on in this round, so this is going to be it. 10 seconds to go. I'm just checking that there's no one on the bomb right at the end here. And that really concludes it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you later.